The Olympic journey must have a beginning. For many skaters, that quest begins at the Canadian Open. Kwan searched for her golden moment in Toronto. A maturing Sarah Hughes also found confidence in Canada on the way to winning an Olympic gold medal. Todd Eldredge searched for a quad in Canada and never found his Olympic rainbow. Open has showcased past world champions like Elvis Stoiko, Brian Orser, and Kirk Browning. And of course, when Salé and Peltier expressed their own kind of purity on the ice, little did they know an Olympic judging controversy was ahead. Open will highlight Salé and Peltier again, along with the talents of Sasha Cohen. And will welcome Olympic gold medalist Yagudin. We are at the NMAX Centrium Arena in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. We will see Jamie Salé and David Peltier shortly in the pairs competition. We welcome you to the Canadian Open. Hello, everybody. I'm Tracy Wilson. This is an event with a unique format as it brings Olympic-eligible and professional skaters together in head-to-head competition. The Olympic-eligible skaters are midway through their competitive season, and so skaters like American Sasha Cohen will use this for a fine-tuning before the Nationals, which will take place next month. For professional skaters, Olympic champions Jamie Salé and David Peltier of Canada, they will use this competition to launch their professional careers. In fact, this will be their first competition since the Olympic Games in Salt Lake City. Joining me, as always, Olympic silver medalist Rosalind Sumners. Roz, let's take a look at some of the key skaters in this competition, starting with the pairs.
Well, Tracy, of course, Jamie Salé and David Peltier, finally, with the pressure and controversy of the Olympics behind them, they look so relaxed and yet so serious on practices. They are so well trained, basically competition ready. They could still go out and be world champions. In the men, Olympic champion Yagudin dealing with a very serious hip injury, but he is on such a high since the Olympics, and this is his moment to just revel in his success, and he loves to share it with his audiences, and he gives everything every time he steps out there. American Todd Eldredge. He's keeping his options open as far as eligible competition. He loves to compete. That's what motivates him and pushes him. If these two can stay healthy, this will be a great rivalry in the years to come. And of course, Sasha Cohen. She admits she wasn't really trained for the Olympics, and she was mad at fourth place finish, and that is the best place to be. She is on fire, and she's hungry, and she's gunning for Michelle Kwan and Sarah Hughes at the national championships.
Theirs was the most intriguing sports story of 2002. Skating in front of a hometown audience, Jamie Salé and David Peltier, Olympic champions, in their first competition since the Olympic Games.
And Tracy, this is the same short program that they competed with at the Olympics. Watched it in practice. It looks just as strong as it was in Salt Lake City. Of 8 required elements in this short program. She is so solid. Tracy, just watching them in practice, they're so competition ready, which is pretty amazing, just a few short months since Salt Lake City. Their side-by-side solo jumps, both beautiful triple toe loops. lot of times you'll find that skaters are so worried about the elements in a short program that they tend to lose the personality. Not these two. It just jumps, no pun intended, off the ice. Watch these pair teams, you'll notice what sets Jamie and David apart is how every element is crisp, clean.
And I'm impressed how polished they are in their first competition of the season.
And Tracy, you actually tend to relax a little the first season after the Olympics, not these guys. Another of the 8 elements, spiral sequence. Wonderful hip lift. He changes her up in the air to the other hip. Very original.
A flawless beginning to their professional careers, Jamie Salé and David Peltier. We will be back with their marks in just a moment. If you follow Route 2, 90 minutes west from Calgary, in the valley of the Canadian Rockies, the land resembles the Texas Panhandle. It is rich with farming and cattle. This is the heart of Canada and home to the Calgary Stampede Rodeo. We are in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. Jamie Salé, David Peltier on the ice, and Jamie grew up in Red Deer, her mother and brother in the audience.
And boy, they delivered in this short program, starting with this throw triple loop. Look how solid this takeoff is. She takes her time. Beautiful leg position. Covers the ice as well as goes up. Such a solid landing. And it's important in pair skating to have good solo jumps. Both of them just as strong. Beautiful side-by-side triple toe loops.
For required elements. Judges ready now with the first set of marks. And these marks are for required elements. Unanimous 5.8. The second set of marks are for presentation, and
wow.
Look at that.
Right off the bat in the short program, 2 6.0s.
Welcome back to competition. Jamie Salé, David Peltier.
Thank you. From Canada, Jacinthe Larivière and Lenny Faustino.
On the ice now, another Canadian team, Jacinthe Larivière, Lenny Faustino, ranked second in Canada. They will skate to Bubba's Revenge. Jacinthe and Lenny had a great year last year, finishing second at the Canadian Championships and 8th in the world. A charismatic couple, Roz, that sometimes has trouble with the elements.
Well, here's their first, a throw triple sow. Nice. Very solid. Their best finish so far in the Grand Prix Series is 4th at Skate Canada, hoping to better that 10th place finish from the Olympics. Nice split double twist. Again, another of the 8 required elements here in the short program. They were struggling on these in warm-up. That's where we were talking, Tracy, but you have to be very solid jumpers on your own, as well as the pair jumps. Side-by-side, sit, change, sit. Not real strong positions there in the spins. Very bad timing coming out. With Jamie and David meeting the eligible ranks, this team is going to have to really step up the quality to fill that gap.
Canadian silver medalists Jacinthe Larivière and Lenny Faustino. And Roz, some costly mistakes for them in this short program.
Well, big mistake on the side-by-side triples, but also just everything was very sloppy. Their timing was off on the spins. Yet this was very solid. She opened with the throw triple sow. Nice leg position, a little bit of a wrap with that free leg, but still very solid. And then here you'll see the weakness in their spins. Timing starts to go. Not a great sit spin position. Very slow also. Just overall takes away from the look of the program.
Everybody home, Jen, love you. Mom, Dad.
Sitting beside Coach Lee Barkel, they train in Barrie, Ontario. And now their first set of marks, and as Roz mentioned, there are deductions in the short program, so marks taken off for the required elements. Presentation marks should go up, and they do quite a bit. 5.4 up to 5.6. Those marks good enough only for second place at this point in the competition, with one pair still to skate.
Yuka, Sato, and Jason Dungeon.
On the ice now, a husband and wife team representing the United States, Yuka Sato and Jason Dungeon. Yuka Sato was a world champion in singles in 1994, while Jason, a U.S. pair champion with his partner Kyoko Ina.
Watch the quality of this program, especially the quality of Yuka's skating. Gorgeous height on that split double twist. Just throw triple sow. You might actually hear him calling out to change positions. That's how they know what the other partner's doing.
Skating to Rachmaninoff's second concerto suits their lyrical style. Yuka Sato, Jason Dungeon paired on the ice in 1998, married off the ice a year later.
And Tracy, I'm just so impressed with the quality of their elements. Here she has a beautiful triple toe loop, and he just opened up in the air and turned it into a double. And watch the coverage across the ice that she gets on this throw triple sow. Solid landing.
The marks for
Yuka's so new to pair skating. You can see each year a definite improvement. It's scary to think how far they can take it over the next few years. Now their first set of marks for required elements, 4.9 up to 5.2s, and presentation marks, quite a bit better, 5.4 up to 5.7. Those marks will put Yuka Sato, Jason Dungeon into second place behind the Olympic champions Jamie Salé and David Peltier. Roz is with Salé and Peltier.
The unofficial results are as follows.
Wow, you guys, so strong, but you look so relaxed. Now, this is the same short program as you did at the Olympics. How did it feel this time around?
To be honest with you, I wasn't totally relaxed. I've been more relaxed before, but I really was just using the audience because it's my hometown and everything. I was just using the audience to feel good and smile and enjoy it, because we don't compete anymore, but we wanted to use this as a challenge and to see, you know, if we still had it.
Oh, please, you still have it. Now, you've won the grandest prize of all in skating. What are your goals as you enter this next phase of your career?
Well, we tried for 4 years to be the best amateur skaters we could be, and we're going to try to be the best professional we could be. Jamie and David can be, not to be the best in the world, but I guess we don't want to lose what we had, which is passion and love for what we do. And now that we're touring with Stars on Ice, it's even better. And you just get better at it every night you go out, and it's great.
It's so great to watch you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're enjoying it.
When we come back to Red Deer, it's the ladies' competition featuring Sasha Cohen of the United States. Big changes for Sasha Cohen this season. She moved east from California, leaving longtime coach John Nix for Tatiana Tarasova. Different coaches, different philosophies.
Well, there's a lot of differences in my new coaches between, between Mr. Nix and between Tatiana. Just, the way that they approach it, different training backgrounds. It just really makes for a complete different environment. And the way that I train with Tatiana, it's a lot more serious. I have a lot more ice time dedicated to skating with no one on the ice, and it's just, it's where I really needed to go to take my training to the next level. Pretty much everything's different, just from how Tatiana is there from when I'm warming up, and she tells me exactly what I need to do and pushes me, nonstop on the ice, and I always skate with her. I never skate by myself. And just their approach to run-throughs and is completely different, but I'm a lot better prepared.
And, of course, Tatiana Tarasova coaches Alexei Yagudin, and there's such a close relationship there, and you can already see it gelling between Sasha and Tatiana. Great change for Sasha.
18 years of age, Sasha Cohen finishing 4th at the Olympic Games and the World Championships, skating to Malagueña.
And so far this season, she's had a clean short program record in the Grand Prix Series. First thing I noticed, Tracy, right off the bat is her strength. She's skating faster. Her jumps look much stronger than last year. And here's the combination, the triple Lutz double toe. Nice. Elements. Here's the second one, triple out of step sequence. There are also 3 required spins, 2 step sequences, and a double axel.
You talk about the required elements, but what is so interesting about Sasha's skating is the way she makes you forget about them, weaves them into a dramatic presentation.
One thing Sasha always, of course, has on the ice is personality, but what you're seeing now is it's a little more controlled. It's now to show off the program, not really just to get the attention. She is very serious this year. Look at that gorgeous spiral. Now watch this footwork. Again, since she's gone to Tatiana Tarasova, she also worked with choreographer Nikolai Morozov, who choreographed for Yagudin, and this footwork is very similar to Alexei Yagudin's style.
Another clean performance for Sasha Cohen of the United States. She has been on fire this year on the Grand Prix circuit. 2 first-place finishes, 1 second-place finish. We will see what the judges thought of Sasha Cohen's performance right after this. Tatiana Tarasova with her new student, Sasha Cohen of the United States.
And here's that solid triple Lutz, double toe. Look at the leg position. Very tight, nice knees, and that attitude on the landing. And here is this footwork, again, similar to Yagudin in speed and quickness, but of course with a lot of personality. Very intricate, change of position, changes of edges, doesn't stop. A lot of toe work.
And another person who doesn't stop, her coach, Tatiana, believe me, does every step with her skaters.
The marks for Sasha Cohen.
And now the first set of marks for required elements.
5-7, 5-7.
Strong set of marks, 5 7s and 1 5-5.
The marks for presentation.
Presentation marks, 5.8 across the board.
5-8. Thank you.
So Sasha Cohen now will have to wait to see how the rest of the field competes. And on the ice now, a 5-time Canadian champion, 7th at the Olympic Games. Here is 25-year-old Jennifer Robinson.
Jennifer is the oldest of the ladies skating, and she has such a beautiful, soft, classical style, very reminiscent of Peggy Fleming. Opens with a nice, easy double axel. Skaters open with the triple combination to get it out of the way. Jennifer likes to warm up a little bit, and she has it later in the program.
Jennifer is newlywed. She married pair skater Shane Dennison in September. The jeweler who made her wedding rings also made the necklace that you can see she's wearing. She will wear that diamond necklace all year in competition, and at the end of the season, we'll auction it off, and the proceeds will go to the Big Brothers Association.
combination footwork into the triple flip. She has troubles with these triples cheating. You can see there on the ice. Whole foot turns, a quarter of a turn cheat on the ice. The judges will mark her down for that. In Jennifer's history, she lands this triple combination all the time on practice and warm-up, but misses it in the short program. Two-footed landing on both the Lutz and the double toe afterwards. Big deduction there. You see the difference in this footwork compared to Sasha's. This is a little bit slower, a little more edgy. Tracy, I find this music very difficult to skate to in the short program. In only 3 minutes, you need to have up and energy. This sort of draws the program down for me.
The Music Symphony Modern. Jennifer Robinson of Canada, 7th at the Olympic Games and hoping this year to crack top 5 in the world.
Here's the step sequence into her triple flip. It needs to stay connected. She needs to take off right away. A little pause there. And watch this foot. Full quarter turn cheat on the ice.
Well, in order to crack the top 5, she will have to address those problems on the jump. They don't look as bad as a fall, but the judges, and you can see here, they're going to penalize Jennifer severely for those mistakes on the triples. 4.7 up to 5.0. A nice set of presentation marks, nowhere near those marks of Sasha Cohen, so Jennifer Robinson is in 2nd place at this point of the competition. On the ice now from the United States, 22-year-old Angela Nikodinov in her first major competition since the 2002 U.S. Nationals. Angela has been suffering from a reoccurring shoulder injury. She had a dislocated shoulder last February. It went out again in September, and she's a little gun-shy, Roz, and tentative on her triples.
And very nervous in general, especially here in the short program. Practices were fine, the warm-up was fine, but this is where it matters right here, the triple Lutz double toe.
Oh, she was close.
It was fine in the air. I'm not quite sure why she went down. Best jump, she turned it into a double. That's where the nerves show. This was to be a very important year for Angela to come back after 4th place finish at the Nationals, not making the Olympic team. She's got to try and crack into the top 3 with a lot of tough competitors ahead of her. Double axel there, turned it into a single. And even with these mistakes, she needs this competition before the U.S. Nationals just to get her feet under, get back in front of these judges.
2001 was a breakthrough year for Angela. She hooked up with coach Elena Tchaikovskaya, a Russian ballet dancer, and together they reinvented her artistry. She finished 5th at the 2001 World Championship. But then later in September, her coach was diagnosed with cancer. Elena lost her fight last November, and it's been a real struggle for Angela to build back up again.
And really, after the U.S. Nationals, after that competitive season, was the first time she really had to deal with the loss of Elena. And she really misses her at practices. She even puts her sweater at the boards where Elena used to stand.
22-year-old Angela Nikodinov of the United States. Problems on the jumps for Angela. We'll see what the judges thought when we come back. Backstage in Red Deer, the men getting ready for the short program. Olympic champion Alexei Yagudin getting a good luck hug from Coach Tatiana Tarasova.
And this triple Lutz started out fine. Nice position in the air. Right at the last second, she just got off balance in her shoulders. Just sort of went down and, of course, missed the second half of the combination, the double toe. Angela has beautiful spins, nice positions, one of the most beautiful laybacks, I think, in ladies figure skating. You can see Coach Frank Carroll watching from behind the boards.
Frank, her new coach and longtime friend, and together they will wait for the marks. And remember, these are low. They will be low because of all the deductions for the required elements. Angela was not able to complete any of the jumps that were required. Presentation marks, 5.3 up to 5.6.
5.6, 5.4.
Third place marks at this point for Angela Nikodinov. On the ice now from Russia, 20-year-old Victoria Volchkova. Victoria's competed 3 times this year on the Grand Prix circuit, finishing 6th, 3rd, and 1st. And that first place finish at the Cup of Russia was over Sasha Cohen of the United States. This girl can jump.
She has the largest jumps, the highest jumps of all the ladies. They tend to get a little out of control, so she has to stay very calm in the jumps.
When she defeated Sasha Cohen at the Cup of Russia, she had a clean long program with 7 triple jumps.
Beautiful triple Lutz. She got a little lazy on the landing, sort of turned out of it into the double toe. That is a minor deduction. She also had a change this year. She moved from Russia to train in Chicago with Oleg Vasilyev, who was a gold medal pair skater in '84 Olympics. And I can see he's helped sort of control that energy. Now watch this smile. When she starts skating well and landing her jumps, this is the personality that comes out. She's a gorgeous presence on the ice. Interesting, Tracy, for a successful single skater to be coached not only by a pair skater, but also with choreography by a former ice dancer, Sasha Julin, who's an Olympic medalist himself. Scene, Victoria could be the one to be challenging Sasha for the next 4 years.
Victoria Volchkova of Russia, and she had the jumps once again today. We will take a look at her marks and also the performance of Jennifer Kirk of the United States when we come back to Red Deer. Victoria Volchkova of Russia and her coach, Oleg Vasilyev.
Now watch the height on this triple Lutz. Unbelievable. She just got a little lazy on the landing. Minor deduction there. Other than that, the program was solid, clean.
But not the charisma or the style of Sasha Cohen.
And yet the personality has been coming out the last few years, the more confidence she gains in her skating. Look at this smile. You didn't used to see that before. The work not as complicated as Sasha, but moves. Nice speed across the ice.
The marks for Victoria Volchkova for required elements.
And now the required elements marks for Victoria. 5.2 up to 5.5.
5.2. The marks for presentation.
And now the presentation marks. 5.4 all the way up to 5.7. And these second place marks for Victoria Volchkova of Russia. On the ice, ranked 5th in the United States, 18-year-old Jennifer Kirk. And she will skate to music from the Princess Diaries. Change. This season, she has now moved to Michigan and is training with Richard Callahan.
And here's her combination, the triple Lutz. Not enough height on the triple. They were wonderful in practice. She's grown up and matured so much in the last few years. And one of the things with now coaching with Richard Callahan is she's changing her technique on her jumps, and that can mess them up for a little bit before they get solid again. Here's the flip. And down on that.
As you mentioned, you do notice the improvement in the heights of her jumps on practice, but obviously not here in this performance.
And that's a process. It doesn't just happen overnight. Personality and the energy she has on the ice. I noticed that from practice to competing, she gets a little hyper. Not really nervous, but just overexcited, too much energy. She has to pull that back in. And these jumps will be right there for her.
It's a gorgeous program to a feel-good piece of music for Jenny Kirk of the United States, but the missing ingredient today, the triple jumps.
And yes, Tracy, these triples have been stronger. This triple flip, though, just not enough height. You can see she's still continuing the rotation on the way down. And yet here's the lovely balletic style, gorgeous spiral position. If she can hold it together, she has a great future.
Disappointing performances so far this year in competition. 4th at Skate America and 6th at Skate Canada. And it's not getting a whole lot better for Jennifer Kirk. 4.2s up to 4.5 for required elements. Presentation marks improve significantly. 5.3 up to 5.5. But those marks will put Jennifer Kirk into 5th place after the short program. The leader, Sasha Cohen ahead of Victoria Volchkova of Russia. When we come back, it's the men's short program with Olympic champion Alexei Yagudin and world champion from the United States, Todd Eldredge. We'll be right back after this. In October, Alexei Yagudin withdrew from Skate America. It was later discovered that he was suffering from a congenital hip malformation. In essence, his hip bones are rubbing against each other. It could lead to the end of his skating career.
I don't really know what's going to happen so far. I'm just trying. I know that what's going to happen in the springtime, I'm going to have the first surgery. And then it might help, it might not. So far I'm just trying to take it as easy as possible. And that's why I just realized that I can't do Worlds and Europeans this year because I'm just getting out of shape so fast. And, you know, you have to be practicing every day, twice a day. And I just can't let myself do that. It's like pretty scary because I never was thinking about that it might be really serious. You know, when you're really healthy and you're practicing thousands of times every day and you just think, oh my God, why nothing bothers me so I can skip the practices. But when it does really bother you, something when you're really hurt, I'm an athlete and we can't, unfortunately, so many athletes, they can't avoid problems in their career, especially for those people who reach the top level, like being at the Europeans, Worlds, and Olympic level. So there have been a lot of jumps in my life, and especially right now when people think about just quads and they're damaging their body when they're young skaters. So being like so young as at the age 22, I still I already felt it on myself. So the problem is that I've done so many practicing, especially like last year, because I've been jogging every day, like almost for an hour. So, and weight loss, and I mean, at least it didn't bother me almost as much as last year, so I could go through Olympics and last year, the whole season. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm optimistic.
It's very scary, Tracy. He basically overtrained. He has a positive attitude. Tatiana Tarasova, I've seen her in tears a lot for his pain, for his situation. Gives more importance to every time these skaters step on the ice.
Yagudin will skate second up first. World bronze medalist from Japan, Takeshi Honda.
And Tracy, that bronze medal has given Takeshi so much confidence. He is really in his prime, improving every year, so much stronger. This quad that he's opening with, so solid on practices. Huge quad, a little bit leaning forward on the landing. Again, 8 required elements in this short program for the men. Right there, triple axel, beautiful.
Takeshi is only 21 years old, but he's a veteran on the world stage. He has been to the World Championships 7 times. Last year, 2002, he stepped on the world podium in the 3rd place in his home country.
Step sequence into a triple Lutz. Flying layout death drop, one of the 3 required spins.
Program choreographed by Kirk, a world champion from Canada. See the quick footwork is evident in Takeshi's choreography.
Nice positions in this combination spin. Quick, intricate footwork.
led the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. 21-year-old Takeshi Honda of Japan.
This quad toe almost got a little too high for him. He had to lean forward on the landing to hang on to it. Did not put his hand down into a double toe.
Very good.
The jumps have gotten stronger. The spins, great positions. And check out this footwork. Quick feet.
Every little detail.
I know that.
More edge work than toe work that you'll see from Yagudin. Very clever, though.
Quite a Canadian connection for Takeshi. There's his choreographer, Kirk Browning. He's also coached in Barrie, Ontario by Doug Lee, who used to coach Brian Orser and Elvis Stoico. And now the first set of marks, 5-6, the rest 5-7. And the presentation marks for Takeshi, a low of 5-5, and all the rest 5-7.
5-7. Thank you. Our next competitor.
And now on the ice, he's well loved in Canada. Olympic and world champion Alexei Yagudin of Russia.
You have to wonder right here, Tracy, what he's feeling about the pain. Do you just put it out of your mind? Is it... Oh.
Well, that'll help you put it out of your mind.
There you go. Someone yelled, Alexei, you're hot. I don't think he's thinking about the pain right now. He's taking a moment to sort of collect himself. It's wonderful when the fans yell out things, but don't forget, this is the short program, and he's in deep concentration mode right now.
This is a new short program, different from what you saw at the Olympic Games. The music, Crazy Benny by Safri Duo.
Watch how clever the choreography is.
The theme, car racing.
And Tracy, he's not going to put a quadruple jump into this program. It's too much for his hip. He's going to do a triple flip, triple toe. Nice, very solid. So you saw him wince in pain on the practice, on the landing. Boy, does he fight. You can see him pumping his fist there. Tracy, he is so naturally talented, and he's such a fighter. He's not going to let the pain take the best of him. Triple jump, a triple toe, very easy for him, but well executed. Great pace for the program, and here is his second step sequence. Watch the feet. You got to think, Tracy, all this is just as hard on the hip as the jump. Fighting through the pain
Alexei Yagudin of Russia. We were impressed. The audience is on its feet. They loved it. We'll see the judges' marks when we come back to Canada. Fans in Canada look on as Alexei Yagudin gets a bear hug from coach Tatiana Tarasova.
You can also see the relief in that hug, and boy, does he deliver. Here's the opening triple flip, triple toe. Not as difficult as a quad, but he really doesn't need it because of the quality of those jumps. And here's the footwork. Watch the intricate, complicated toes. Edges, very stop and start. Takes a lot of stamina. Very clever. Personally, I thought he would never be able to top his short program at the Salt Lake City Olympics to the Music Winter, but this program for me is my favorite. Great skating, innovative choreography, and now it's time for the marks. Required elements, low of 5.5 to a high of 5.9.
5.9.
Did not have the technical difficulty that we've seen from Alexei. These marks now for presentation, and wow, 5.9 and a high
6.0, Tracy.
6.0. Perfect score for Alexei Yagudin, and first place mark so far in the short program. Next to skate from the United States and the elder statesman in this competition, 31 years of age. Here is the 6-time U.S. champion, Todd Eldredge. He will skate to Freedom Battle.
On that opening flying camel. He's looked so solid in practices, Tracy, but he is not trying the quadruple toe. Remember, he fought with that all last season leading up to the Olympics. Tracy, he talks about keeping his eligible status. If he wants to compete again at Nationals and Worlds, he is going to need that quad. But this season, he's pulled back a little. Look at the speed Todd gets here going into the triple axel, triple toe. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous in the air. Looks like he actually twisted his ankle on the landing.
That looked like it hurt.
Trying to regain composure here. That's unusual. That is one of his best jumps. Easy double axel there. We have a choice between a double or a triple axel. This footwork is compared to Yagudin. It's fast and it covers the ice. It's just not that complicated.
nicely from what appeared to be a very painful fall on the triple axel. The marks for Todd Eldredge when we come back to Red Deer. Todd Eldredge of the United States leaving the ice after his short program.
And Tracy, this triple axel looked fine on the takeoff. Nice, strong edge, beautiful in the air. And look at his whole ankle just comes so short of the landing position, almost a half a turn. The ankle stayed in the ice as his body kept going. Watch this. Ankle comes down, stays in the ice, his body keeps going. Look at the look on his face. You can tell painful. It takes a little bit of time to get up. You have to make sure, if you are injured, whether or not you can keep going. And this step sequence right into a triple toe. Good recovery, though, Trace.
Todd Eldredge knows technically he was not up to par in that performance, thus a low set of marks, 5.0 up to 5.2.
5-2, 5-2, 5-1, 5-1. The marks for presentation.
And now the presentation marks, 5.5 up to 5.7.
5-5.
Third place marks at this point in the competition for Todd. Final skater in the men's short program. Finished third at the Canadian Championships, 8th at Worlds. Here's Jeffrey Buttle.
Tracy, he reminds me a little of sort of a young Kurt Browning. A lot of potential here, very new on the scene. And he is committed to this quad jump this season, no matter what it takes, no matter what his results. He's going to go for it every competition. They were good in practice, just couldn't quite hang on to the landing there.
He has not yet landed it in competition, while he has completed it in practice.
Great energy here in this program. Here's the triple axel. Turn it into a double.
Jeffrey burst onto the senior international scene last year with a second-place finish at his first Grand Prix assignment. He went on to win the Four Continents competition and finished 8th place at Worlds. But this year, as you said, Roz, he is trying to get the quad into his repertoire and has struggled in competition this season because of that.
But each competition, he's gaining experience and confidence, and that's what he needs. He's at the start of all this. Simple footwork, but not a simple combination spin. Watch all these very unique, interesting positions. Very creative.
Following in the footsteps of many great Canadian male skaters, Tyler Cranston, Brian Orser, Kurt Browning. He will battle with Emmanuel Sandou at the Canadian Championships next month. Jeffrey Buttle from Canada.
And here's the try on the quad. Took his time on the takeoff. Just got off balance. His shoulders started to get ahead of the rest of his body on the landing. And here's the straight line sequence right into a triple Lutz. Nice leg position in the air.
The marks for Jeffrey Buttle for required
Required elements for Jeffrey Buttle.
4.9.
A low of 4.9 up to 5.3.
50.
High risk when you try a quad in competition. Presentation marks all the way up to a 5.8.
5.6. 5.4.
But those marks will put Jeffrey Buttle into 4th place after the short program, behind the leader, Alexei Yagudin of Russia, Takeshi Honda from Japan in 2nd place. When we come back, we will revisit the 2002 Winter Olympics with Jamie Salé and David Peltier. Two couples from different corners of the globe. They came to Salt Lake City with one mission in mind: to win an Olympic gold medal. Their worlds would soon collide. Although there was no injury in the warm-ups, what lay ahead was more critical. Berezhnaya and Sikerlidze skated their long program with flaws, while Salé and Peltier skated the program of their lives. They just knew an Olympic gold medal was theirs. But their joy turned to disappointment. The judges must be wrong, or was something else happening? An Olympic judging scandal had erupted. Several days later, the IOC ruled the couples would now share the gold medal. A happy but controversial ending to this Olympic tragedy brought Jamie and David home to Canada as heroes. They had won the medal they were seeking. With the Olympic notoriety behind them, I had a chance to sit down with them shortly before this competition. We talked more of the future than the past. Every Olympic athlete dreams about an Olympic gold, and you did that, but was it anything like you imagined?
No, obviously not. You know what, though, Trace, I think our lives really we wouldn't be here today if we didn't go through what we went through. And it was an unfortunate thing for all the skaters that, I mean, meaning all the events, too, because the men and the ladies in the dance felt it, too, or they were affected by it. And it wasn't fair for any of us, but you know, it teaches you a lot about yourself and you know, how to deal with certain situations. I mean, it was such an exciting time for everybody, and you know, it was an unfortunate thing, but again, it happened for a reason, and we're not looking back on that as a bad thing. We're saying it was a good thing for us because we got a lot of rest. We got a lot of rest, which we needed badly. We sort of lost control of it, and we had to sit down and go, whoa, things have just really not gone the way we've wanted it to, and we have to care only about Jamie and David right now.
But it was an interesting way you went about it, because generally your Olympic gold medalists, you know, the thinking is strike while the fire's hot or whatever.
Yeah.
It was different for you, David. Tell me about it.
Well, it was 50% our decision, 50% not our decision. You know, we lost control of our lives as soon as we got off the ice in Salt Lake City. And to gain it back took us about 2 months. And we missed some short-term opportunity that would have been good for us, but I like to think of long-term. And, you know, sometimes people promise you the moon the first few years, but if you think long-term, then, you know, there's not much to look for. And we just wanted to wait for the right deal. And once you decide to turn pro, you have to decide where you're going to go. You know, do you want to tour and skate once in a show? You want to tour with a tour that's going to make you skate 10 times and showcase you the way you want to be showcased. So those are very important decisions that we had to take. And the fact that we stayed home and not, like you said, jump, you know, backward in the money, well, it's no big deal, you know. I mean, I'm not worried about my wallet. Nobody should be worried about my wallet. I'm having a great time, but it's a big change since last year. Lots more to do than skating, and sometimes you can't never forget what brought you here, and that's skating, and always this has to remain priority number one. And I think now we're in fully control, and maybe it took 2 months after the Olympics to gain it back.
Great perspective, Tracy. Now, don't forget, they were innocent players in the whole mess. They've gone on with their lives. They're doing great, but it left the sport in disarray and a shambles, and they're trying to figure out what to do with a new system.
There was always problems in the judging of skating, and what happened to these two brought everything to a head. And because of that, yes, the whole system is being revamped and reworked. When we come back to Canada, the pairs interpretive free skate. Back in Canada, at the end of the pairs warm-up for the interpretive free, the pairs putting on a little show for the audience here. Sally and Pelche, the leaders after the short program. Time now for the interpretive free skates, and first on the ice, from Canada, Jacinth Lariviere and Lenny Faustino. Now, the first thing you'll notice in interpretive free skating programs is the music. Vocals are allowed, very different than the eligible long program. And, of course, the rules are a little different. These are programs consisting of skating moves and elements really selected for their value in enhancing the skater's interpretation of the music. Artistry is more important than the technical difficulty. These skaters have exhibition programs they're used to doing, and even that does not fulfill the requirements of what this interpretive free skating program is. It really needs to be an integrated exploration of the music. And you are going to see a real variety of music styles here. It's going to be hard for the judges to compare these programs against each other because, of course, you're going to see some very classical lyrical programs coming up. It's where you start judging art, basically. Interpretive free skates favor the professional skater, as the professional skaters are used to developing themes and telling stories on the ice. This toe-tapping, upbeat performance by Lariviere and Faustino, perhaps not as sophisticated and complicated as some of the performances we will see coming up. In third place after the short program, Jacinth Lariviere and Lenny Faustino of Canada. Very fun and upbeat. Now don't forget, as good as these lifts are, the skaters can't just rely on the tricks. A lot of their in-between moves were a little sloppy. But again, this kind of competition with these kind of rules, they're going to learn.
The marks for Joseph Olivier and Lenny Faustino for skating techniques.
Good. Hi, Cassie. Justin.
First set of marks, these for skating technique, 5.3 to 5.5.
The marks for presentation. 5.3.
And the presentation marks go down, 5.2, the rest 5.3.
Thank you. Our next competitors, representing the United States, Yuka Sato and Jason Dungeon.
Next in the pairs competition, Yuka Sato and Jason Dungeon. They're in second place after the short program, and they will skate to Since I Fell for You, sung by Susan Anton.
There's so much to watch for in this team. To watch how they relate to each other.
And never get love. You'd better let love depart. I know it's so, and yet I know I can't get you out of my heart.
Watch the soft, smooth quality of their skating. Again, they are the professional team that's had a lot of experience in interpretive style skating.
Leave my happy home. You took my love, and now you're gone. Since I fell for you, love brings misery and pain. I guess I'll never
Beautiful throw, triple salad. What I love, Tracy, are the lifts and the jumps just blend into the choreography. Just come with such ease.
Well, it's too bad, and it's too sad, but I'm in love with you. You snub me. Tell me, what am I to do? You see, I'm still in love with you. I'll never see the light. I never lose ever. Oh, baby, since I fell for you. Since I fell for you.
The husband and wife team of Yuka Sato and Jason Dungeon, and a well-deserved hug at the end of that performance. We'll take a look at their marks, and we'll see the performance of Salé and Peltier right after this. Back in Red Deer, wishing good luck to Jamie Salé and David Peltier, still to skate. Yuka Sato and Jason Dungeon, a beautiful performance, Roz.
And Yuka being a solo skater, I don't think she ever realized she'd be on the ice with the current Olympic champions. Look at the quality of this lift. Look at her position of her back and her legs. And he sets her down so softly on the ice. Just a charming number.
For skating techniques.
First set of marks, 5.4 up to 5.7.
5.6. The marks for presentation.
And a strong set of presentation marks, 5.7 up to 5.9 for Yuka Sato. Jason Dungeon, the leaders at this point.
Our final competitors representing Canada, Jamie Salé and David Pelletier.
One team left to skate, hometown heroes, Jamie Salé and David Pelletier. And they will skate to loving, touching, and squeezing. This program is a number that they will perform on their tour this season, choreographed by Sandra Bezic.
I think you'll see a lot of similarities in Barbie Underhill and Paul Martini, also former Canadian champions, the same personality traits. And after watching them, Tracy, we mentioned how they've just so easily stepped into this role as professional skaters. They look so polished already.
I'm gonna die just you. Said we tried loving, touching, squeezing each other. When I'm alone, all by myself. Someone else loving, touching, squeezing each other. You're tearing me apart every day. You're tearing me apart.
She has such a spunky personality, and you can see how they've chosen music that suits them. They're more comfortable saying this role than a very classical, soft piece of music. It's very smart.
It won't be long, yeah. You're alone with your lover. Oh, he hasn't been wrong, but he's loving, who he's touching, he's squeezing. He's tearing you apart. Every day. He's tearing you apart. Oh, girl, what can you say? 'Cause he's loving, touching, loving. Now it's your turn, girl, to cry. Na, na, na,
Trying on a new look as professionals. to the music of Journey, Jamie Salé and David Peltier. Doesn't matter what they do, they'll bring this crowd to its feet, and Jamie's mother in the audience nods her approval.
Again, the power of this throw triple sow, gorgeous leg position, and she is just a fighter on those landings. Solid as a rock. And this lift, she goes from a press hip lift to a full handstand.
Spent their summer creating new moves like this. Very effective and athletic.
The marks for Jamie Salé and David Peltier for skating techniques.
It's unanimous 5.9 for their skating techniques.
5.9, 5.9, 5.9.
Will these go up? Here are the marks now for presentation.
The marks for presentation.
5.7 from the American judge and a 6.0 from Canada. The rest, 5.9s for Jamie Salé and David Peltier. So it's a first place finish for Jamie and David, still on top of the world. Welcome you back to the Canadian Open in Red Deer, Alberta. Let's go backstage and join Rosalind Sumners.
Jamie, David, great job. You know, the transition is very difficult from eligible to professional, and you guys, it just seems so seamless already. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I think a little bit of it is because of the experience that we've had just so far with working with Stars on Ice and all the people that we have to look up to, like yourself. And we watch everybody, and we've just sort of learned that, you know, it's about pacing yourself, and professionalism, it's hard work, but, you know, you just want to make the best of it and have fun as much as you can, too.
You guys are out there obviously doing the big tricks. How important is it for you to keep up the throw triple twist and the throw triple sow side-by-side triple toes?
Well, at this point, because of the Pro-Am, it is very important, because every time you want to go out there, you don't want to do half of what you were doing last year. You will obviously want to improve every year. So it's very important in this case. Maybe in the next couple of years, depending on the format of the competition, maybe it won't be. But even for us, Jamie and David, I think for self-esteem, it's very important to keep it up there.
You guys seem like you're on cloud 9. I mean, you are, right? Is that reality now?
Well, we're really happy where we are, and I mean, it might sound kind of silly, but we're just, I don't know, we're in a perfect place. Jamie and David are very happy, and we're really happy with our programs and the way things have worked out for us.
You're a delight to watch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Jamie having the opportunity to compete at home in Red Deer, Alberta, and now another Canadian hero, also from these parts, four-time world champion, Kurt Browning.
And Kurt has competed many times and won this event many times, but today he is just here for a special exhibition. And no one can warm up the audience like Kurt Browning.
Roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzels with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Music! In white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Canadian champion, world champion, from Caroline, Alberta, Kurt Browning. We'll get back to the competition and the ladies' interpretive free skate with Sasha Cohen in just a moment. Sasha Cohen of the United States, one of the 5 ladies to compete in the interpretive free skate. She's warming up here. Roz, looking at the Grand Prix competitions coming into this event, the one skater that stood out grabbing everybody's attention, Sasha Cohen for the United States. Same thing again here in the short program, a convincing win. She's on a roll.
She's on a roll, and Tracy, that consistency is what's going to gain confidence for her. Again, like I said, she was mad at that 4th place finish in Salt Lake City. She has a new serious attitude, changed her coach, changed her training regimen. She sees an opening, and she is gunning after Michelle and Sarah, like I said, and her attitude is, it's my turn, watch me shine.
First to skate, the ladies' interpretive free skate. 4th after the short program, here is Angela Nikodinov. Her music, prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun. This was a piece of music made famous in skating circles by American Janet Lynn.
I talked to her after the short program. She was disappointed. Again, she said, I was just so nervous. But she's looking forward to this program where she can just relax. And yet there are still technical elements. The ladies are only allowed a maximum of 3 jumps with 2 or more revolutions. And here's the triple lutz that she missed in the short program. Same mistake. She just didn't get enough height. Interpretive free program can be 3.5 to 4.5 minutes. Hers is 4:13, and this is, as we talked about, a very difficult piece of music to interpret. But watch her expression through the body. variety of expressive and innovative moves. The judges also want to see unique coverage of the ice as opposed to just skating around the same direction. And this program is doing that beautifully. She was attempting a triple, did a double. There is no deduction. It would just be good for her at this point, for her confidence, to have completed that jump.
Angela Nikodinov of the United States. See a smile there. She'll be happy to have nailed that triple flip. I thought she expressed the music beautifully with her arms, her body. Where she missed slightly, though, was with her facial expression.
And as I've said, Tracy, this is one of the most beautiful laybacks in ladies figure skating. Look at the leg position, the gorgeous arms stretched up. You can tell she's had a lot of ballet training. She tends to concentrate so much that you're right, the facial expression becomes very introverted. You still have to give the program as a present.
And by giving the program, you involve the audience in it and the judges as well. Skating technique marks, 5.3 across the board. 156, the rest 5.5s for presentation for Angela Nikodinov. Now on the ice in 5th place after the short program, also from the United States, here's Jennifer Kirk.
How have I come to this? How did I slip and fall? How did I throw half a lifetime away without any thought at all?
Jennifer's music from the Aida soundtrack, I Know the Truth.
This should have been my time. It's over, it never began. I closed my eyes to so much for so long, and I no longer can. I tried to blame it on fortune, some kind of shift in a star.
I love Jennifer's look on the ice. I love her youthful feel. You just want to see her so desperately put it all together into one package, and I just sort of feel it's right around the corner. Nice triple flip.
With women's skating as strong as it is in the U.S., what are Jennifer's chances of earning a spot on the world team?
Well, you would say that really Jennifer is the next generation. It's sort of her chance to break into the top 3, but with Michelle Kwan staying ineligible, that just sort of mixes it up a little bit, and it's going to be very tough. 5 girls going for the top 3 spots.
Why when there's nothing there? How to go on with.
But again, Tracy, as we've seen in competition, anything can happen at any time. All it takes is some mistakes from the top girls, and Jennifer Kirk can walk right in. And what what is exciting to see and exciting for the sport is Jennifer Kirk or Angela Nikodinov seizing that moment, which is so obviously what we saw Sarah Hughes do at the Olympics, and that's always so great for our sport.
I tried to blame it on fortune, some kind of twist in my fate, but I know the truth and it haunts me. I learned it.
Seems that both Jennifer Kirk and Angela Nikodinov have been through so much on the personal side. Jennifer Kirk lost her mother to cancer just a few years ago, and you just have to know that this has matured both of these girls so much on and off the ice.
Ranked 5th in the United States, Jennifer Kirk. We will see her marks when we come back, and also the performance of Sasha Cohen.
The marks for
Jennifer Kirk of the United States, waiting for her marks for her interpretive free skate. The first set, 5-1s and a 5-2.
5-1, 5-2, 5-1, 5-1. The marks for presentation.
And her presentation marks, 5.3, 5.4, and those marks will put her into second place at this point, behind Angela Nikodinov of the United States.
Robinson.
On the ice now from Canada, in third place after the short program, here's 25-year-old Jennifer Robinson. Her music, Teach Me Tiger, sung by April Stevens.
And choreographed by Brian Orther, former Canadian champion. This is a bit of a different look for Jennifer.
Tiger, I'll kiss you. Show me, tiger, I'll kiss you. Take my lips, they belong to you. But teach me first, teach me what to do.
Again, getting the elements in. Triple Lutz.
When I'm close to you. Help me, tiger. I don't know what to do.
Fun, this number, a lot of relating with the audience to make it work. And for a skater who's used to skating very classical, very different. But it's working on her. I think she's having a good time. Combination coming up, a 1-foot axle into a triple sow. Jill Trenery made it famous. Watch this, 1 foot right into a triple sow. Very, very difficult.
just a little bit of soul.
The debut of her program, Teach Me Tiger, that's Jennifer Robinson of Canada.
And here's this interesting combination. Watch, 1 foot axel, and without putting the foot down, lifts herself right up into the triple sal. A little bit of a wrap on the landing, but was able to hang on to it. Overall, just a very fun number, sort of pushing her out of her shell to have a little more fun and a little sexy shake there.
Coaches Michelle and Doug Lee. Jennifer trains with Takeshi Honda and Barrie, Ontario. Strong marks for Jennifer. 5.4s up to a 5.6. And now marks for presentation.
5.7, 5.6, 5.8, 5.6.
Obviously very happy with the 5.8.
Thank you.
And those marks will put Jennifer in first place at this point of the competition. But on the ice now, the leader after the short program. Here is 18-year-old Sasha Cohen from the United States. Familiar piece of music, Romeo and Juliet.
And talk about expression. Just watch her face. Solid landings in all of these jumps, but it's the power in her body and her arms that strikes me. And this, the move she's made famous. Just one of those moments where she went to take off on the triple toe and just kind of passed on right by it. Again, not a mistake. Didn't even take away from the program either. When you have moves like this. Watch her flip to a forward inside edge on this flying camel. Very difficult. Nothing she does is simple. It's always to the next level.
Sasha Cohen of the United States, and she has her sights set on winning nationals and the world championships, and watching her perform, you believe it's possible. We'll see her marks in a moment. A fine performance by Sasha Cohen.
And everything so polished and delivered with such a lightness, and yet look at the power of this triple Lutz. Just right there. This whole season, she's just not going to let anything go by her. And, of course, known for her very unique positions and her spins, very solid positions with that gorgeous layback. And watch this. And really no name for it, just an unbelievable stretch. Basically in the split position.
And you have to remember that last year was Sasha's first year at the world senior level. She finished 4th at the Olympics and 4th again at the World Championships. So wait till you add experience into the mix. Now, these marks for skating techniques, 5.7s and 5.8s, and now marks for presentation.
That's what I would have given it, absolutely a 6.0. It was just beautiful, complete program. Told a story. I tell you, Tracy, she's got it all.
First place marks across the board with one skater still to come. And this is the skater who finished 2nd after the short program and just beat Sasha Cohen at the Cup of Russia. Here is Victoria Volchkova, and she will skate to Memories from the musical Cats.
Difficult to skate right after Sasha Cohen. But again, don't forget, this program is not about getting all the triples and the elements in. It's about the delivery of the program. And this skater has come so far in that side. Matured. Delayed triple Lutz. She actually took the time to hold the position before she pulled in. She had so much height. Unbelievable. But what the interpretive program does is pushes a skater who doesn't normally have a lot of personality in their skating to really push themselves and stretch out in that direction. She has just as much speed coming out of the jumps as she has going into them.
But Roz, unfortunately for Victoria, most audiences and judges are very familiar with the musical Cats and the story of this program about a star who is old and is falling out of the spotlight. And you don't feel any of that in this presentation. You see beautiful jumping, great skating, but you don't feel the story.
But it's also very difficult for Russians to choose music that pleases American audiences, especially when they don't necessarily know the story of the Broadway musical. This is what you would call just a beautiful exhibition program, but again, not living up to what the interpretive free program rules really expect.
haven't seen a lot of Olympic silver medalists. Irina Slutskaya of Russia this year. She did finish third at the Cup of Russia, behind Victoria and Sasha Cohen. Her future, Victoria's future, looks very bright heading towards the Olympics in Italy. Don't count her out. 20-year-old Victoria Volchkova of Russia.
Very nicely delivered program, especially the triples. Gorgeous triple sound. I love her arm position on her landings.
The marks for Victoria Volchkova for skating techniques.
First set of marks for skating techniques. A big range, 5.3 up to 5.8.
5.6. The marks for
second place after the short program. Presentation marks for her interpretive free skate, 5.3 to 5.6. Coach Oleg Vasiliev not understanding that set of marks. And those marks will drop Victoria Volchkova into third place. Sasha Cohen, the winner of the Canadian Open. She's standing by with Roz Sumners.
Sasha, you have 5 strong competitions under your belt. What is your confidence and mindset heading into the U.S. Nationals?
I feel, you know, better and stronger with every skate, and I'm really looking forward to Nationals, especially, you know, since I'm going to actually have a chance to train for it for about a month. So, you know, hopefully I'll be in top condition there.
And Sarah Hughes, Michelle Kwan, have you served them notice?
I don't know, you know, they're very strong competitors, and I just think, you know, it could go to anyone depending on who skates their best on that day.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
When we come back, the men's interpretive free program and Olympic champ Alexei Yagudin. Olympic champion Alexei Yagudin has been bothered all season by a hip injury. He fought through with a fine short program, hoping to hold it together in the interpretive free. Alexei Yagudin is in first place ahead of Takeshi Honda of Japan. Todd Eldredge in third after the short program. So first to skate for the men's interpretive free program, here is 20-year-old Jeffrey Buttle from Canada, and he will skate to music from Nina Rhoda.
Again, this number, interpretive free skate, 3.5 minutes to 4.5 minutes. And the men have a maximum of 4 jumps with 2 or more revolutions. Again, this program is not necessarily about the technical elements, although opening there with a nice triple Salchow. This is very much the expression of the music and the story. New on the scene, but just watching him skate here, I'm a huge fan of his personality and just his youthfulness. Gorgeous triple axel. That triple axel not necessary for the marks here. The more you can put it into a program leading up to the big competitions, you need that experience. The audience into his performance and makes them part of it. And he does that by using his music. Every beat, each step tells a story.
piece of music, terrific choreography, and what a fine skate by Jeffrey Buttle of Canada. We'll see his marks and the rest of the men when we come back to Red Deer. He's got an exciting future ahead of him. Marks now for Jeffrey Buttle, 5.6 across the board for skating techniques.
5.6. 5.6.
Sitting in 4th place after the short program, and his presentation marks, wow, 5.8 and 1.57 for Jeffrey Buttle.
5.8. Thank you.
On the ice now from the United States, here's Todd Eldredge. He's skating to music by Buddy Rich.
This is an awesome, energetic program, and he's opening up with the triple axel that he fell on in the short program, very uncharacteristic of him. Didn't do any warm-up. Beautiful. Stepping right into a triple sow. Great charisma in this program.
Music well, and he uses it well. The way he times his moves and elements to the music, very effective. You notice that the energy of this program is right there, up at the end, just like the beginning. Great stamina, great power. And of course, known for these fabulous combination spin positions. Todd Eldredge of the United States. He's very popular here in Canada. He won his world title in 1996 just down the road in Edmonton, Alberta.
And here's the triple axel that he missed in the short program, overcame it right here. He has such great height, beautiful leg position, and of course, well known for his spins, the speed of his spins. Look at the back spin, just as much speed as the forward spin. Cranks it into a back scratch. I love this program, Trace.
Big smile on the face of Todd Eldredge as he waits for the marks with his coach Richard Callahan. And the marks for skating techniques, 5/8 and 5/7. Rewarded for that beautiful triple axel as well as the fast, wonderful spins. The presentation marks go down, 5.5 up to 5.7. Those are good enough for first place with 2 skaters still to come. Yagudin's next. The Olympic champ is up next, but first, let's join Roz.
Todd, the fall in the triple axel on the short program, bit of a fluke because it's your best jump, but it looked like it hurt. Did it hurt, and what did you do today to overcome it?
It hurt a little bit yesterday. I twisted my ankle a bit on the landing, but I just iced it a bit and took care of it today and didn't really push it too much today, and I felt a little bit better, so hopefully when I go home it'll heal itself.
You're not turning pro. What is the lure of eligible competition? What keeps drawing you in?
I think the one thing right now, there really aren't very many opportunities for strictly professional skaters. So, you got to hang on to your eligibility as long as you can get it, or as long as you can keep it, because, you can't get it back. So hold on to it for a while longer and then, make a decision. Who knows?
Thank you. Sure.
On the ice now with his interpretive free program to the music, Overcome. Here is Alexei Yagudin, the leader after the short.
Picking great music. He always has powerful, upbeat, energetic music, skates with it, always has the audience in the palm of his hand. There's the triple flip, the hip hurting on the landings. But he is so naturally talented and so strong mentally. I hardly think you're going to find him make a mistake. Moment there to show off his strength. But when he does a move like that, he does it so well within the program and the choreography that it really works.
This crowd on its feet once again for 22-year-old Alexei Yagudin of Russia.
And Tracy, with the pain he's in, you have to think that every time he comes out on the ice has so much extra special meaning. He doesn't know what's going to happen in the future, and he's not taking it for granted right now. Here's that triple axel, very hard on the hip landing. Look at the height he gets. Boy, muscles it out, fights for that landing. If there's pain, you don't see it.
The marks for Alexei Yagudin for skating techniques.
First set of marks for Alexei.
5'9",
5'8", and 5'9".
5'8". The marks for...
And now the marks for presentation. We thought so. 3 6s.
6'2".
No one will catch Alexei Yagudin. First after the short, and he's in first place here. Final competitor in the men's event now taking the ice in second place after the short program. Tough to skate after Alexei, but here he is, 21-year-old Takeshi Honda. His music from the Moulin Rouge soundtrack.
And choreographed by Brian Orser. There of steps. Music doesn't really go anywhere, Tracy. It kind of stays at a level pace. It's a lot harder sell when there isn't variation in tempo. This is a new program for Takeshi Roz, and it appears to me as though he's thinking through the performance as opposed to just going out there and performing it. And that happens more when a program is difficult and intricate, but takes longer to train. started clean and is sort of starting to fall apart and getting a little messy here near the end, and it sort of lost direction, I feel. It was a good effort for Takeshi. I think he was trying something different. I felt it sort of didn't have a lot of meaning.
Takeshi Honda, he's sitting in second place.
Here's the opening triple axel. Look at the speed he has going in. Straight up with the free leg. Nice. And then here, just a simple triple toe at the end. He just started to get off, leaning. I think the shirt was a bit of a distraction. Too much moving around. Absolutely could not hang on to that landing.
The marks for Takeshi Honda for skating techniques.
First set of marks now for Takeshi. 5.6 up to 5.8.
5.7, 5.8, 5.6. The marks for presentation.
And now the presentation marks for Takeshi. A low of 5.5 up to a 5.9. But these marks will drop Takeshi Honda of Japan into fourth place. The winner, Alexei Yagudin, in second, Todd Eldredge. Here's Roz.
Alexei, amazing. You have everyone so touched, in tears when you skate, full package, but the pain, how are you working through that?
Well, I just feel great because, you know, I was really happy today because for 2 days being in such a huge pain, I was able to motivate myself, and I just went there and I did everything what was planned. So it's just great. Now I will take huge amount of rest and then I will go to another competition.
Is this pain something, this injury, something that you think you can get past? Is it something that's going to debilitate you for a long time, or can you get over this quickly?
Well, in our lives we do have problems, but I'm really sure that in every kind of problem we can find a solution.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And we can only hope that time off will give his hip the rest it needs. A few final thoughts when we return to Alberta. We welcome you back to Red Deer as the skaters come out for their final bows.
United States, Sasha Cohen.
The story on the U.S. skating scene this season has been all Sasha Cohen. And Roz, with the U.S. Nationals right around the corner, how is it stacking up for Sasha?
Tracy, you know she wants that crown. In fact, a couple of years ago, she started to upstage Michelle Kwan in the short program, and it almost feels like the audience now wants it for her. Sarah Hughes has been injured, has not competed since the Olympics, whereas Sasha has been building the confidence like she talked about. And, of course, Michelle Kwan is a little wishy-washy and sort of feels like she's just going out and mailing in a lot of these performances. So I really feel like that position is right there for Sasha to grab.
For Jamie Salé and David Peltier, the winners here in this competition, they're off to a great start with their professional career. The winner of the men's event, Alexei Yagudin, is skating well, but Roz, he seems to be in some trouble with his hip.
He's got a very serious injury, and he's working through it. He's skating through it. He is so tough to watch him go out there and mentally overcome the pain, but he's looking forward to a surgery in the spring, and you just got to wonder if he keeps pushing it, can he hurt himself permanently?
Jamie Salé, David Peltier waving goodbye to friends and family here in Red Deer. For Rosalind Sumners, I'm Tracy Wilson. Thanks for watching.